Okay guys, quick video on weight distribution. Weight distribution, very quickly, is not the same as pressure into the ground. When you jump, if you were on a scale and you weigh 200 pounds and you bend your knees and go down to prepare to jump, you would weigh less because you're dropping when you're bending your knees, when you're in the process of bending your knees. Then as you push against the scale or the ground to explode upward, you would register more than 200 pounds. Obviously, as soon as you leave the scale, you would weigh nothing. And then when you land, you would again temporarily weigh more than your 200 pounds. So weight and pressure are in no way the same thing. I make a couple swings here. First we'll start on the left. I drew a line up the middle of my stance. On the right it's a little closer to, it's a smidge forward because of the things I'm doing on that side. But here my weight is fairly well centered. The line represents my center of gravity, the even distribution of my mass. If I wanted to actually get 90% of my weight to my right side, we'd have something that looked a lot like this. This feels 90 to 10. It's a static position. I can stand there and hold it. This feels 90-10. It might be a little more, although, you know, I do have part of my thigh, my entire knee, and my entire bottom of my leg on this foot, on this side of the line. Everything on this side of the line would register as weight in my left foot. Everything on this side of the line would register as weight on my right foot. That's how weight works. It's a static position. It's not in motion. You know, I could temporarily lift this heel off the ground and plant it back down and the scales would move around, but it wouldn't actually shift any weight. This is 90% of my weight right with a centered shoulder turn or a steady head. You can see I have to move my hips further back to account for the fact that my head is now, some of my head is on this side of the line. So it's going through the center. Obviously Jack Nicklaus did not swing like this. On the right side, I'm going to dynamically lift my left heel off the ground. At no point in this swing, and I didn't do a great job of mimicking Jack because Jack kicked his knee in towards the line. It never really crossed the line, but it kicked in towards the line. At no point in this, my heel is off the ground. I have half of my weight, 50% of my weight, on the left side. I don't feel a whole lot of pressure there because this knee is popping up, but I have 50% of my weight over here, 50% over here. Again, approximately, and you can see that by the line. Now I have more. I have 70% of my weight here. My heel is still off the ground. The heel lifting off the ground is something done dynamically. If I were to stop right here, if I paused right here like this picture shows, you can clearly see I have a lot more weight on this side than on this side. When it's done dynamically in a swing, it might look like I don't have a lot of weight there, but weight is a static measurement. Weight is not pressure. Static weight is the same as pressure, so long as, you know, there's not a ceiling here that I can push against. You know, but again, pushing using your muscles is not static. So weight is a non-muscular static pressure. It's the force of the mass with the Earth's gravity, essentially. So there's a swing where I lift my heel and do not go back, really. There's a swing where I lift my heel, do not go back. And the last two here, I try to go forward while lifting my heel. I try to add more weight to the left side, which I clearly accomplish. I can get to almost 90% of my weight on the left side, despite the heel being off the ground. So the heel being off the ground is irrelevant. I can lift my heel off the ground, and so long as I don't look like this while I'm doing it, my weight can remain, and often does remain, fairly well centered. That's the only point that I'm trying to make, and it's silly to equate lifting the left heel off the ground, a dynamic motion that involves, your quads and your hamstrings and the muscles in your left leg, basically, to a weight shift. Your weight hasn't shifted. You haven't translated off the ball. Nothing is swayed, slid, drifted, whatever other word you want to use. You don't look like this. Or this guy. Okay, it didn't happen. You can clearly lift your left heel off the ground and remain centered. Weight. This demonstrates the weight. Face-on view is really the only way to do it. The picture on the left demonstrates weight. Picture on the right demonstrates weight. Left heel's off the ground. Could have lifted the left heel off the ground there if I wanted to, but to get the weight to this side, I'd have to look like that. Hope that helps. Hope that clears some things up. Thanks.